Hey guys, good to see you all again. Back here once again with another college football predictions video. It's week 12. We are 1 week away from rivalry week, and then it is conference championship weekend. Before you know it, the end of the season will be here. Let's have some fun down the stretch with these games. So, guys, let's get straight into it. No wasting time. We're gonna make some picks. Last couple weeks here, I'm gonna try to really make these picks worth it. And sorry, messages on my phone. Really trying to make these picks worth it. I know, again, it's been a struggle at times as of late, but some of these games, again, they're tough to pick. There's been some real tricky trends and stuff. So, some big questions going into week 12. Georgia stays undefeated. Well, that question seems to be a bit of a more of a rhetorical, I don't know, more of a question that shouldn't be asked, I guess, because of the fact they've been dominant since basically the Auburn game. And Washington in danger? Yeah, I think they're in serious danger of losing this weekend. We'll talk more about that later in the video. But let's get straight into it, guys. I have about 9-10 picks in this video. Let's start things off in Miami, where Miami will be taking on number 10 Louisville. Louisville was favored by 1 earlier in the week. Now Miami's the favorite. And I agree with this. Miami, I know, this season, some of you are like, this team's just, whatever. Tyler Van Dyke, the turnovers, the defense at times has hung in there, but then it's like sometimes it's just not working. Louisville's been real lucky. They're one of the luckier teams this year. Yeah, they got the win over Notre Dame, blah, blah, blah. The Louisville turns around and loses to Pitt. I got Louisville losing another game before the ACC championship. Now, I think it's probably set in stone that Louisville will probably face Florida State in the ACC title game, but I think Miami's going to win this game. Emory Williams will not play, obviously. I think he broke his arm. I'm not sure. That was really sad to see, of course, this past weekend because he played. And Miami was actually on the verge of potentially trying to tie the game. Tyler Van Dyke, if he got out the turnovers, I think Miami wins this game, but that's the key. Turnovers, the turnover battle. Louisville's defense can't force turnovers, so keep an eye on that one especially. But I think Louisville's offense is going to have a hard time in this one on the road. Next up, we have Memphis versus SMU, two of the top three in the AAC, fighting here. I think SMU's not a favorite to win the AAC because Tulane lately has been really shaky. I mean, very, very shaky. If you've seen their last 4 games, not very good. They're barely winning the games they should be winning more by, honestly. Memphis, to me, I'm not really too big on Memphis. I'm more big on SMU now. I feel like they've been quietly ascending. No one's really talking about them. Their offense is key here. They've been scoring a lot of points. I mean, Memphis has been scoring too, but give me SMU on the road by roughly 10 points. Memphis could even beat Tulane, and then in a game, I think it was against Boise State, Memphis was down big in that one. Memphis, to me, is just, I don't think they're really it. I think the AAC championship might be SMU Tulane. That would be a very good game, probably, honestly. But SMU, they're rolling. I really think SMU is going to win this game. Can Memphis win? Sure. Yeah, there's a chance they win this game. Matter of fact, I want to quickly see the last few games. SMU, I think, is on like a 7-game win streak, and their quarterback has been playing very well. So I'm going to take SMU now. Memphis' run game could be a problem too. Their running back has 12 touchdowns in the year and almost 1,000 yards rushing. So yeah, it should be plentiful offense in this one. Next up, this was a very tough game to pick. We have number 17 Arizona hosting number 22 Utah. Currently, Arizona is only favored 1 point. Arizona damn near lost this past weekend to Colorado. I did mention last week they could fall asleep in that game. And trust me, they scored 34 points, but they kind of about basically let it go in that one. Not good there. I didn't like that performance by Arizona. Well, again, they scored 34 points, but still the way they almost lost, that didn't sit well with me. Utah hung in there against Washington. They were held scoreless in the second half. I didn't even realize that until earlier this week. I'm like, what? Yeah, Utah had 28 first half points, and then they didn't score again for the rest of the game. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, I'll tell you this. What Utah has been doing with all the injuries has been impressive. It just shows you Kyle Whittingham as a coach is one of the most efficient ones in the country. I understand Utah's 3 losses, but still, they could have more losses. And the fact that they have hung tough shows a lot about this team. The culture with Utah is not a joke. Arizona, I feel like, is due to lose. They've won 4 straight. I do think Utah wins this game. This is a risky pick, but I think Arizona is going to lose this game. Now, you could say that what the next point you're going to say is, well, you're going to make the same argument about UCLA. Arizona hasn't seen a defense like this in a little bit. UCLA has been falling off a cliff. I don't think they feel like they don't care anymore the way they've been playing lately, but their offense has been terrible. But UCLA's defense has been, I feel like, just isn't really working out too much. I don't know. But Utah, the thing is, the injuries are the problem. The injuries could set them back, and Arizona wins. Sure, this is a practical 50-50 game. Analytics, kind of like Utah. I kind of like the analytics in this one. I think Utah wins. I think Arizona's got some trouble in this one, but either way, Arizona's been impressing me. This should be an interesting game. Next up, this is why College Game Day is going to this game. I have no idea. We do not need to hype this matchup up. Ladies and gentlemen, we got number 18 Tennessee versus now back to number 1 Georgia. Georgia is favored 10 points. I don't know why Georgia's only favored 10. I don't care if they're on the road. I don't care if they're on the road in freaking Europe. I don't care if they're on the moon or on Venus. I don't care where they're at. Why are they, if they were to face Tennessee, why are they favored 10 only? Did you not see what just happened with Tennessee? Tennessee got demolished last weekend by Missouri. Where is this line coming from? I don't get it. Georgia's currently favored on analytics 69.3%. I don't know why I had to mention that, but I just did. Listen, man, Tennessee had nothing to offer. How did they score 7 points against Missouri? Missouri doesn't have a great defense, and yet you're only able to get 7 points? I'm like the Nick Young meme right now, where I'm just like, with the question marks, but anyway, enough of the blabber. Georgia has been dominant for weeks now, and, you know, they're really, like, they're peaking at the right time. Brock Bowers being back gave his team extra life again. The defense has been playing well. Tennessee does not stand a chance in this game. This is just like Ole Miss, except I feel like this could be worse. Tennessee, I'm sorry, but Tennessee does not have a chance in this game. Like I said, I respect Tennessee. I respect the organization. I don't hate them. Some people will be like, well, you hate them because you just said they're going to get their ass beat, blah, blah, blah. That's not how this works, dude. That's not how this works. People just don't listen. That's what the problem is sometimes. Some people don't listen. But Georgia is on a roll right now, and they're going to carry that momentum with them to the SEC championship. Tennessee is literally going to be on 2 knees this entire game. I'm not going to go into any further explanation of that. Next game, this is your nap. You know what? I should have put a little label at the bottom that said nap time game of the week. Oh my goodness. Number 16, Iowa. By the way, Iowa should not be ranked over Arizona. Who in the hell has Iowa beat this season? I don't recall them beating anybody good. I haven't beat anybody good. I mean, seriously. Against Illinois. They're facing Illinois. Deacon Hill for Iowa, I would say has best performance of the season this past weekend against Rutgers. It was about time, and Deacon Hill already had one other game where he passed, I think, for over 200 yards, so he's, trying to figure it out. There's been a lot of weeks where he's thrown under 100 yards, but their defense is carrying through now. Cooper DeJean from Iowa DeJean, not sure how you pronounce his last name, I apologize. He's out for the season. That's a huge loss for Iowa's defense because he was one of the best defensive backs. But Iowa, I think, still should still hold strong in this one. Illinois cannot handle good defenses. We already saw that against Penn State. I think Iowa wins, but by roughly 7. The over-under is like 30.5. I know Illinois had a high-scoring game against IU, but this time around, I think they're coming back to reality. They're on the road, tough defense, even tougher defense than Indiana's by miles. I like Iowa to keep their Big Ten championship hopes alive here. They have way more to play for it this time. Snooze fest. ZZZZ. All right. Let's head out to Clemson. But what? I'm everywhere now. Clemson hosting number 20 North Carolina. There we go. Getting back on track. Clemson's currently favored 6.5 at home. Clemson now bowl eligible. They beat what was it? They just beat Georgia Tech by 21. Well-controlled paced game by Clemson. Will Shipley back. They were able to effectively score a lot and play a lot of good offense. They had some great takeaways as well. Clemson's honestly not the worst team. They're not as bad as some people think. They've just had some stupid moments where they turn it over or some bad coaching decision. Even sometimes their players don't exactly do their assignment right. But the thing is, Clemson's a little better than some people think. Remember, at home, though, they beat Notre Dame. They almost beat Florida State. But Clemson at home, always tough. So Clemson's got a little bit of momentum, 2-game win streak. They're 6-4. North Carolina just got lucky beating Duke in double overtime. There's some talk about the officiating. Yeah, I know. It's terrible. North Carolina is due to lose again. North Carolina got their ass beat last year by Clemson in the ACC Championship. I don't think it's going to be that bad of a beatdown, but I just don't see North Carolina walking into Death Valley and winning this game. I don't know how North Carolina is going to effectively move the ball against the Clemson defense. I think North Carolina could score a little bit, but this might be a bit too too much wishful thinking with North Carolina's score prediction. In Clemson, I am definitely confident in them scoring a little bit. North Carolina has zero defense. Zero defense. Yeah. So the score is a little tricky. But Clemson, I'm confident they win this game. North Carolina is overrated. Next up, we have USC versus UCLA. I'm sure some of you are probably wondering, why are you predicting this game? Well, because I might as well. It's a rivalry. Two schools in LA. I'm just saying yeet a lot because Jey Uso and WWE. Oh my gosh. Oh, by the way, if you're looking forward to Survivor Series, I hope so, because Survivor Series next Saturday is going to be rocking. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday on the 25th. We have USC and UCLA. Both teams have had their fair share of struggles this season. USC, we already know. We've talked about it a lot. I don't need to really reiterate. You know what's happening. If you know what's happening, you know what's happening. If you don't, terrible defense. No morale scrunch in the team. But USC, they fought pretty well against Oregon. They were down quite a bit, but they tried to come back a little bit. UCLA just had a horrific loss to Arizona State. Their offense has been trash lately. They have had 5 starting quarterbacks. It's sounding like Chip Kelly's going to get fired. This team, at this point, is just a disaster. It's just a disaster at this point. I'm not going to talk much about this game. Last year, this was an exciting matchup where USC won 48-41. That clash between Caleb Williams and Dorian Thompson-Robinson was amazing to watch last year, but this time I think USC wins convincingly. I know you're probably thinking, how in the world is UCLA going to score 17 against this terrible defense? Well, here's the thing. The one thing about their defense, USC's defense, is the pass rush. They do generate some sacks, but UCLA, their offense has just been anemic. And I don't know. This one was tough to predict in terms of the score, but I'm confident in USC winning. That's all I can tell you that regard. Next up, we have Houston hosting number 23 Oklahoma State. Tiresome Cowboys. Yeah, what a... Oh my God. I don't. Oklahoma State's favored 7. Listen, did anybody expect Oklahoma State to get beat up like that this past weekend? I sure didn't. I mean, what was that performance? Now I get it. The 3 interceptions by Alabama. I get the part because I mentioned UCF has a very good pass defense in terms of stats, but the run defense wasn't very good, and yet Ollie Gordon had 12 carries and 25 yards. What is this, high school or something? I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. That was just pathetic. I should have picked UCF. I should have stuck with it. Why did my silly ass change to pick? Anyway, Houston, I'm just going to cut straight to the chase. Houston's defense isn't very good at all, in either against the pass or the run. Oklahoma State's in the same department, but I feel like Oklahoma State has better playmakers. So, I think even though they're on the road, it's tricky. I'm going to take them to win. I don't think they're going to cover, honestly. This might be tough. 7 points is laying a little bit at Houston. Houston's been playing kind of tough. They play tough at home sometimes. I mean, remember against West Virginia, that crazy Hail Mary, I think it was what it was at the end of the game. Yeah, this could be an upset, but I think the Cowboys hold firm on the road. I think they win. You know, they got to get right here. The last couple weeks of the season, you know, you want to position yourself in a better bowl game. We'll see if they can do that here. Tough one, actually. Should be a higher scoring game. Speaking of higher scoring, this one could be in the same department. We'll see. We have number 25 Kansas versus number 21 Kansas State. I do not think I finalized my score prediction for this, so if it says something kind of wacky, I apologize. This one was the toughest one, I think, to predict the score for, in my opinion, because I have a lot of higher scoring games this upcoming weekend, and that very well could be the case. So this matchup here, yeah, Kansas, the injury list is a concern. Jalen Daniels will probably never play. Who the world knows? He hasn't played in like 500 years, so it's like, well, he might play. Oh, he was in warm-ups. When is he going to play? I mean, my goodness, dude. It's like this is just a repetitive load of garbage every single week. Jason Bean, I think, is going to play. It sounds like he's going to likely play. He had the head injury. Kansas State, their offense just smoked Baylor. I mean, that was literally like smoking a brisket outside or something. I have no idea. That's basically what it was. I don't know anymore. This entire video is going off the rails. I think you guys get what I'm saying here. Kansas State, I actually like them to win this game. Actually, I did finalize the score because I had something really wacky for a second there. But I think Kansas State, they're going to keep rolling. You know, they're not letting the Texas loss bother them. Matter of fact, I think they're more fueled from that because they could have won that game, but they were down big early. Kansas just isn't cutting it as of late. They just lost a terrible home game in Texas Tech. And what did I tell you? What did I freaking tell you? Of course, that's the game they dropped. I mean, what else is new? Kansas, I think, they could potentially go into a tailspin. I hope not, because this team's got some nice upside with their offense, but whatever. All right, final game to pick here. Yikes, this one. I think I might have a major panic attack watching this game, to be honest with you. We have number 11, Oregon State, versus number 5, Washington. Why did I say that just now, the panic attack thing? Well, here's the thing. I'm rooting for Washington this year and Florida State, okay? And I like Oregon. I've liked Oregon longer, like from the Pac-12 specifically. I've liked Oregon the longest of any team as a fan. But Washington, I'm definitely rooting for some. It's because of Michael Penix. I really do. Penix's story in his adaptation to always overcoming things. I mean, you're talking to a guy who's had multiple serious injuries in the past, and what he's doing right now with this team is just incredible. So Oregon State at home. I'm not going to lie to you. This matchup really scares me. It does. I think we need to really, really understand how Oregon State could really run the table here in this one. Oregon State still has potential to make the Pac-12, but they need to win out. They could actually make the playoffs still. Yeah, they could still make the college football playoff. DJU and company, that run game is ridiculous. Did you see last week's stats? Oregon State had 6 rushing touchdowns. Washington has the 52nd best run defense in the country. Oregon State has one of the top run defenses in the country. They're like top 15 or 20. Oregon State's pass defense isn't very great, honestly. I was thinking Oregon State's defense as a whole has been kind of a bit overrated lately, but the run defense, from just in terms of numbers, is one of the best. So now you're kind of wondering, well, I mean, how is Washington going to effectively win in a very, and this could be a real hostile environment. I mean, the crowd is going to be packed. This could be a packed stadium. Oregon State's favored, okay, but the analytics barely like Washington. Like, just they barely favor Washington. This is a tough one. This is really tough. What I'm concerned about is Penix going back to the old ways of where, like against Stanford and Arizona State, where he would struggle, especially against Arizona State, where he struggles. I was gonna pick Oregon State. I can't do it. I can't do it. There's something about Washington this year that just spells destiny. I don't understand it. DJU has the. I call him DJU because I'm not saying his last name. I can't say it for the life of me. Sorry, no disrespect to him. DJ's has the potential to mess up in a game like this. He's played very well, honestly, for the most part. But I will say, this is a real high stakes game, and again, I can see either quarterback making a crucial mistake near the end. Washington's run game has shown to be good, but again, Oregon State's run defense is no joke. Oregon State could do both; they can run and pass. So Washington's going to have their hands full. I don't know. This is going to be a real tricky game. I was going to pick Oregon State, but I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not doing it. Yeah, tough one. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And next Wednesday, I will have my college football Week 13 rivalry week picks for you guys. Don't want to miss this. Stay tuned for further content as well. I have coming along the way soon as well with college football and basketball and the NFL. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thank you very much.